I'm Alastair Cooke. I'm an event lead here at Tech Field Day, and these are my takeaways from AI Infrastructure Field Day 2. AI Infrastructure Field Day 2 was a massive event. It is the largest Tech Field Day event I've ever been involved in. We had a full 4 days. And a few themes along the way. One is the sheer complexity of building AI solutions and building AI into your applications. And we saw that through the suite of products and developments from Google, as well as through most of the other presenting companies, showed us assistance on building these complex solutions, building them out to fit your requirements and your requirements at different stages in the life cycle of your AI infrastructure. Networks that design for AI is complex, and we've seen this right from the beginning of running AI events at Tech Field Day. A lot of the time, it's the network design to get maximum throughput, and particularly to keep feeding the GPUs, and the GPUs are really the most expensive part of your AI infrastructure. So the network design is about making sure you're getting the data into those GPUs, and we see some pretty complex and high performance designs around segregating out that GPU to GPU traffic from storage traffic and from your application request traffic coming in the front. So network design is absolutely crucial as you're building out an AI infrastructure. AI model sizes have been getting bigger and bigger. And this leads to some significant challenges, particularly if you can't continuously replace your GPUs with larger GPUs that have more memory attached to them, more high bandwidth memory. One of the things we saw a little through our sessions at AI Infrastructure Field Day was finding ways to optimize this. One of the themes was using SSD as a cache to hold some of the model, so you don't need to use a GPU that can hold the entire model in memory. It's important to recognize it's not just the model, but it's the entire context and all of the session information around the actual use of the application when you're going through this inference stage. I don't think we're seeing SSD cache as being a thing during the training phase, but definitely during the inference phase, which is probably going to be the majority of the actual workload for most AI applications. AI as a pipeline, as a series of stages, was a big theme for us. Seeing that there are different types of workload at different phases through that pipeline. So seeing the data ingestion phase where we're bringing data in to start training, and then the training stages. These are a very foundational beginning of the process stages, and they have very specific requirements around data transfer and processing. So data ingestion and processing is a bit of networking coming in, but quite a lot of compute power being applied. And then during the model training phase, and equally the fine-tuning phase, we're feeding huge amounts of memory with huge amounts of data in huge numbers or large numbers of GPUs. Now, all of these phases are really just the preparation for doing the actual work, because the actual work is doing inference. It's building the AI into our application and using often retrieval augmented generation or the fine-tuned models to actually enrich our application and deliver value. And that inference phase is, again, quite different in its requirements. It does, again, require CPU, GPU, but the GPU requirement is a little lighter than the GPU requirement for that training and fine-tuning. Recognizing that as you're building a solution for AI, building an infrastructure for AI, you need to build slightly different infrastructure for these different phases. Now, hopefully you've got a fairly general purpose infrastructure and it suits those different phases, but definitely being aware of the different phases, and maybe you're not actually doing all of them. Maybe you're not doing the initial training and you're starting with a foundation model and just doing fine-tuning or retrieval augmented generation. AI infrastructure is definitely a challenging area for a lot of organizations, and reflects the fact that we had a lot of different approaches to building AI infrastructure at our Infrastructure Field Day 2, and that we really did see a lot of real-world application, a lot of maturity in some of these applications, and some views to running your AI inference on premises rather than maybe running in cloud as we thought all AI was going to be done earlier on. We were delighted to welcome Phison for their first presentation, showing both their AI adaptive technologies, but also their new Piscari range of SSDs that you can buy directly from Newegg. I was also really happy to have Nutanix back. Nutanix presented at my very first Tech Field Day event, back at Tech Field Day 9, and this is the first time they've been back with us, so welcome back Nutanix at AI Infrastructure Field Day 2. I was delighted to have really strong support from the wider Futurum group for this event. Brian Martin from the Signal 65 has joined, and this was his first event as a delegate, and he got to experience the fire hose of learning that is Tech Field Day. Camberley Bates was happy to join us as well, and I really enjoyed spending some time with Camberley, also with the rest of my delegates. Guy Curry and Mitch Ashley also joined us for our day at Google, so thanks to the wider Futurum group team. It's been really good to have you with us. I'm Alastair Cooke, and you can find me on LinkedIn as, well, Alastair Cooke. Just search for me, you'll find me. You also can find me on many of the social medias as DemitasNZ. You'll see lots of video from AI Infrastructure Field Day 2 published on the Tech Field Day YouTube channel, and of course you can find more information about all of the presenting companies and all of the delegates on the Tech Field Day website. Thanks for watching this episode of the Tech Field Day Takeaways series on the Tech Field Day Plus YouTube channel. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, share the video. Maybe add a commentary on your thoughts on the AI Infrastructure Field Day in the comments below. Follow Tech Field Day on X, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Mastodon for more updates. You can watch all the presentations for the videos on the Tech Field Day website and on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.